Hello, fellow patriots. I just wanted to speak up about what I hear a lot of people on the net talking about, on YouTube talking about specifically, and that is revolution or civil war. And I just kind of want to remind people that this is not going to be gray coats versus blue coats. This is not going to be red coats versus blue coats. There are not going to be easily discernible military forces opposing each other. It is going to be the worst of the worst. It is going to be Sarajevo on steroids. It is going to be burning cities. The burning cities may not come from the war either. It may come from rioting. It may, there are a lot of things that are going to cause the shit to hit the fan in this country. And I think that it'll start when many people, millions of people, are starving when a famine starts because they can't feed themselves, because our currency has gone to hell in a handbasket, because of all the subsidies and all of the crap that people have been doing, the government specifically has been doing over the years, has fucked up our food delivery system. We only have 2% of the population now actually working on farms, whereas in the Great Depression that was around 25%. So it's a big difference. But what we're going to see is an asymmetric kind of war. It's going to be sniper alleys in every single city. It's going to be high-rises burning. It is going to be it's just going to be a complete chaotic scene where if you're out there, even if you're the best of warriors, most likely if you're not paying attention, or even if you are paying attention, you're going to die. My best advice to anybody is that when the shit hits the fan, run, hide, take your family, take your food. You better have a lot of long-term food. I have about 18 months worth of food for my family, and it is in quick totes that can be quickly and easily loaded into a vehicle. And I've hidden a few waterproofed and sealed containers at places that I call rendezvous points, and these are out in the national forest, and they are not marked by anything. They're buried, and they're not marked by anything other than coordinates, GPS coordinates. I know how to find them. I can use GPS to find them, and if worse comes to worse, I can use Cartesian coordinates to find them. That would take a hell of a lot longer, but I could still do it. The biggest issue that we're going to be dealing with is people freaking out because they don't have food. There's going to be an epidemic of cholera or other dirty water-borne illnesses. We're just going to see a general chaos and lots of people dying because they can't get their medicine. Because they're already, right now, they're vulnerable. And when the shit hits the fan, when things go seriously bad, they won't be vulnerable anymore. They'll be dead because they won't be able to survive it. Right now, they're living day to day. When that happens, nobody's going to be able to take care of them, or at least for too long. Many places in the country will lose power. I'd say that there are a few places that run off of hydro that will keep their power. But some of those places, like Las Vegas, which has no natural water source for itself, and there's absolutely no way to grow food in that area without the water from the rivers, is going to have a serious problem. I mean, they got Lake Mead there, and they could probably, if they had enough firepower and enough people who would work together cooperatively, be able to survive from all of the famine zombies. And I say famine zombies because there's going to be a lot of desperate people, and when people get desperate, they get dangerous. Then, aside from all the people who are panicking, who have no food, who have no clean water, who generally are just not prepared for the shit to hit the fan, there are going to be revolutionaries. There are going to be people who want a civil war, who think that this is the perfect opportunity for them to start killing people, and they're going to go out there in either as individuals or in groups, and they're going to start fighting. And I know that I've talked about this before, about the revolution that is coming, and there are going to be those of us who are out there trying to restore the Republic. Now, does that mean we're going to go out there and just start randomly killing people that we think are bad? No, it's not going to be random. We are going to be out there taking out those very dangerous people who have in mind despotism. You know, there are people who have in mind to establish a despotism, and those people, I believe, will need to be taken out. Can you let them live? Well, I think that would be dangerous, because a lot of them are very charismatic. They're demagogues. If you don't know what a demagogue is, I'm not going to explain it now, but suffice it to say that there are a lot of very dangerous people out there who are very charismatic, who will be able to convince a lot of people. I mean, look at all the people who were actually worshiping Barack Obama. I mean, literally worshiping the dude. Okay? There are still going to be people out there who are worshiping the dude. And that is a dangerous thing. You know, when people behave as if there's a deity out there for them to worship, that they would serve this person, they would fight, they would die, and they would kill for this person, you know, those are some dangerous people. And we need to be careful of that. So, I just wanted to, you know, remind my fellow patriots that don't wish for revolution or civil war, although I don't think it's avoidable anymore. I mean, I want us to be able to restore the Republic in a peaceful manner. I want us to be able to vote for Ron Paul and get him elected and start really rolling back a lot of this despotic and tyrannical laws and ordinances and rules and all this bureaucratic tyranny that has been put on us. I want to be able to roll it back in a peaceful manner to get these people off our backs. To be able to say no to the parasites and have them go away. But I think that that's honestly going to be a little difficult now. And if the currency collapses, if we have a severe economic depression, which I think we are going to, if it keeps it going on like this, if European banks and U.S. banks and U.S. governments, the U.S. government and the European governments continue to do what they're doing right now, I think we're going to see a serious collapse, either a currency collapse followed by a severe economic depression, or an economic depression which will then promote more printing of money and finally a currency collapse. So it doesn't really matter the order that these things happen in. I think they're going to happen, and when they happen, you're going to see people panic. So anyways, I hope you can all stay safe and be ready for everything. I have my bug out bag right over here, and in that bag, let's see if I can show you that. Orange backpack there. In there, I have a week's worth of food for my wife, my daughter, and myself. I have a stove, I have propane, I have everything that you need to survive for a week in that. And I have lots of ammunition in there. I have a water filter in there. And so, I mean, basically you could survive just out of that for a week. Now, I have a gun, so I can hunt. And I'm actually pretty good at hunting. So we can survive a hell of a lot longer than just a week off of what we have in there. And we can make the freeze-dried food go a lot longer if we're hunting and fishing. So, anyways, stay safe, and remember, when the shit hits the fan, run. We can come clean up later, but, live first. Be alive. Understand what's going on, and then, maybe then, get together with fellow patriots and start working to restore the Republic.